888-7663 Stellar Roofing.
This is Rick with Stellar Roofing. I'm going to show you the proper way today to replace a pipe boot. It's fairly simple considering that you have all the right tools. This is the stuff I'll be using here. Roofing nails, hammer, definitely caulk gun, roofing sealant, some snips because it's a little cooler out, and possibly a knife. And then we'll go right to it. There's a problem with these pipe boots. They're old, they need to be maintained. So the way to maintenance them is to switch them out because eventually this rubber gets dry rotted, and no matter what you do, you can't really preserve it whatsoever. So both of them are dry rotted. We want to make sure we replace them and do it the correct way. You have to make sure you know where you are when you come on your roof. If you don't think you can do it, don't do it, because it's definitely not something you want to chance. Okay. The surroundings around us, the edge of the roof, where you are, your footing, everything important. All right, now we're going to get to it. The more shingles I can remove around this area, the better, because then I can reinsure when I go to reinforce this to not leak, that I have the room to do that without having to finagle too much. So now that we got all the shingles removed around the area that need to be removed, we check our pipe boots out. We make sure that the pipes, what size they are. These pipe boots are graduated. They actually are made to go up to 4 inches, all the way down to 1.5 inches. So what I do is I take my knife, I figure out which one I want to go to, and it says 3 inch right there. These are 3 inch pipes. So I go to the 3 inch. Now both of these are 3 inch because both are 3 inch pipes. So what I'll do is now come over to this pipe boot. See there's rusty nails on all of them. There's actually ice damage right here too. Thank God these people are having their roof done by Stellar very soon, and they were gracious enough to let us do this video. So now we remove the pipe boot. Check the area around it, make sure there's no rotted decking. From the looks of it, there's not on that one. Now we'll move down to this one. Oh, that's a problem. All right, so we got, this is 100% ice dam buildup. Makes it really difficult when this is coming out of the roof right here and the ice builds up behind it. So there's nothing we can do about that at this very moment. Right now, we're just trying to cover it up properly. That way the homeowner doesn't have leaks coming in up until the date of their project. Now you can see that the ice dam buildup has brought all this, it's deteriorated the mat, the shingles, also crept behind here, definitely got underneath everything, even lifted up the old ice and water that was here. You see the rotted decking right there? That's for sure. There's possibly a leak in there. I would almost bet on it. But yeah, so all these shingles are deteriorated, and there's nothing you can do about it except for make sure that you cover up as well as possible. Now what I'm about to do is adding an extra layer of protection. I take the ice and water, peel it off, set it on top of the pipe, make sure that I have a hold of the pipe because we don't want to knock it down into the house. I give it a little trace outline, perforate it as much as possible. I come in with my knife. Watch your fingers. Definitely a lot easier when you use the underlayment, especially the stuff we have, makes it more pliable. But this will do for now. Okay, so in that case right there, that gives you an extra barrier on top of everything. That's the way I like to do it. Definitely made sense to me, because then if the pipe boot fails, at least you have another layer of protection. And that's how that goes, and that's how Stellar does it. I like to use between 1.5 to 2 inch because more to hold on to. You don't want to be busting your fingers while you're doing this, especially up here. And then you want enough nail to go down through the shingle into the decking, which this is definitely ample enough. You want to make sure you nail through the nailing line. Make sure the seal is nice and tight. That way you know you got the right size. Slide it down, seat it to the roof. Okay, now we're at the part where we're installing the shingles over the top of the pipe boot. Pipe boot sealed down nicely. We got a nice circular cut around the top of the pipe boot, going straight down. That way water can spill off, go down into the gutter where it's supposed to be. Everything underneath sealed up nicely, and we couldn't ask for a better cut. Okay, now we're getting down to the last shingle. We're gonna install the last shingle. Make sure it lines up perfect with the other ones. And then we're gonna lift up. Don't nail near the seams. Lift up. One more for good measure. Never hurts. Okay. All right, you want to make sure you got everything out of the way. Everything down the way it's supposed to be. And then you come over with your silicone. You make sure you dab your silicone underneath the shingles that are no longer sealed. You only want to put dots of it. You don't want to run silicone straight underneath it because you still want to let moisture drain off. So there's no backup. Nice dot, seal, dot, seal. And then we come over to our pipe boots. We have our exposed nails here. We definitely don't want to leave those, or customer will get a repeat situation with a leak. Come over neatly, dab it, dab it, dab it, and dab it. Okay, so when we first started here, before we did the repair on the pipe boots, the shingle was shingled all the way around the pipe boot. That's improper. And it's improper because water always has to pass over the top, always over the top. This right here, moisture always builds up from dew, rain, you name it, and all the barriers that are on here are what protect it. So in the end, you want this exposed so the water is always flowing and moisture is always releasing and wicking off towards the area that it's supposed to wick into, and that's the gutter. Okay, so now we have the whole entire area covered back over, pipe boots installed correctly. Now, you want to give yourself enough time during the day to make sure that you do it correctly. You don't want to be rushing, you don't want to be chasing the sun, you don't want to be doing anything like that. This one actually took me a little longer than I expected, but that's okay, it's better to take your time. This one right here took me about an hour and a half. Always, always, always on any repair, I would always recommend having ice and water with you. That's probably the savior for anything that has to do with leaks or anything like that. It's a contact, sticky surface. release, the oxygen activates the glue sticks to anything, and you're probably never going to get it off ever again. And then it protects it too. And then, so this is proper installation for pipe boots. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Hey, thanks for visiting our channel. If you see anything that you like, let us know. Give us a thumbs up. If there was something that you didn't like, why don't you go ahead and keep that to yourself. Just kidding. You can give us a little comment in the bottom and let us know what we're doing great and what you'd like to see in the future. Any future videos you'd like to see from us, we definitely want to hear from you and address those. And we hope you enjoyed your time here with Stellar Roofing.